This is what my Elegoo Centauri Carbon looks like with the stock LED lights, and this is what it looks like with the LED upgrade using the stock toolhead. If you're like me and like to watch your first layers like a hawk, doing that with the Centauri Carbon is difficult, since the toolhead and housing around it is bulky, and the shadow it casts makes the smaller prints almost invisible. Let me show you all the parts I use for this upgrade and also how I powered them. So for this upgrade, we obviously need an LED strip, but not just any kind. It has to be 24 volts, and specifically, it should be cut in smaller increments. This is because we only need a strip that is about 5 cm long or about 5 diodes. Be careful of the available options out there, since many of them can be only cut every 10 cm. The LED strip I got can be cut after every diode, so I have full flexibility on how many diodes I can include in this upgrade. We will also need some positive and negative wires to run from the motherboard to the toolhead. I had these spare 26 gauge cables laying around. I got these Y splitters with 1 female and 2 female connectors to plug into the light terminal of the motherboard. And to glue everything together, we need a soldering iron as well. To power everything up, we have 2 options, both of which use 24 volts. But before this, just a disclaimer, I am not an electrician, so if you follow my guide, proceed at your own risk and consult a professional. The first option is splicing the model fan wires and connecting the positive and negative wires to our LED strip. I did this proof of concept and this is what it looks like. I use these Vega terminals to temporarily make it work. The benefit of this approach is that we don't need to run the wiring all the way through the cable chain and to the motherboard. The downside of this approach is that if the Centauri Carbon is turned on, the LED strip will always be on, so we won't be able to switch it on and off with the other LED lights. The second option, which I end up using in the end, is to take the power from the light terminal of the motherboard. In my case, this connector was already in use, so I used the Y splitter to connect the existing LED bars and the upgraded LED lights. With this approach, we will be able to toggle all the LED lights rather than being on all the time. We also don't need to worry about the right amperage and the wattage because we'll only be powering a handful of lights, and this won't be drawing too much power anyway. To put everything together, I unplugged my Elegoo Centauri Carbon and I started with the motherboard first. I had to trim these little fangs from the male part of the Y splitter since I got the wrong type. Then I cut off one of the female connectors and soldered the positive and the negative wires of the upgraded LED strip, sealing these joints with a heat shrink tubing. And the stock lights can be plugged into the other female connector. Then I ran both of the new wires from the bottom of the 3D printer through the same hole where the rest of the toolhead wires go through and through this housing at the back. I will tidy up these wires later. Let's take a look at how this upgraded LED strip works in the toolhead. I designed this special kind of LED holder that will screw to the back of the toolhead housing, keep the lights at an angle, and use friction to keep the LED strip in place. I had to go through a few iterations of this model because the bulkier designs would result in the toolhead hitting the fan housing at the back, so I purposefully made it to be skinny. Then I trimmed the LED strip to size. I started with 5 diodes, but I think it's probably too bright for some people. Then I added a bit of solder to the strip, then the positive and the neutral wires, and then I soldered them together. After that, I pushed in the soldered LED strip into the special holder and used the bottom stock screw of the back toolhead housing panel to keep it in place. I tidied up the wiring a bit and used the zip ties to keep these new wires in place. And this is what the end result looks like. I think for version 1 of the Centauri Carbon LED upgrade it isn't bad. I can now see the first layers fully and out of the dark. In fact, I think this upgrade works a little bit too well because the light is too bright. Here's what the stock time-lapse looks like with the factory LED strips, and this is what the LED upgrade time-lapse looks like. So perhaps for the next iteration I would only use a couple of diodes. Another improvement could also be the wiring. It does work right now but looks a bit messy, and there's probably a way to make it more wear and tear proof in the future. There are a couple of interesting ideas I discovered during this LED upgrade. During our initial research, I did notice that there is LED pad on the toolhead PCB, and there's actually a guide from the Opus Centauri team on how to solder LED diode directly to this PCB. Side note, they released Cosmos last week, which is clipperized firmware for the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. I did a video on this already, check it out. I decided against this approach because I wanted to keep my Elegoo Centauri Carbon to the stock configuration as much as possible, in case I need to send it back for warranty or repair. The second idea is that when I removed the bottom panel, I did notice that the PSU has a couple of free terminals for the positive and the negative wires. So theoretically, I could have powered this LED upgrade through there, but I like to avoid tinkering with the power supply units, so I decided against that as well. Overall, I'm pleased with this Elegoo Centauri Carbon LED upgrade. I preserved the factory configuration of my CC1, And not only can I see the first layers perfectly now, but also toggle the LED lights through the touchscreen and the web interface. Let me know what you think about this upgrade. Thanks for watching.